Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. So, we have finally found out what happened to Fermine and Lynette, and they are back. And, well, as you can see, we're back. Well, that's because in the last episode, well, after figuring out what happened and a little more things, for example, what what was the Forbidden Zone, what it really meant by it, the fact that not many people right before Riotsly were interested or knew about this, as a matter of fact, the fact that also the Primordial Sea Water has been like uprising, or even so has been mixed into the normal seawater from Fontaine. Ooh, those are really not those are not great news. In fact, they are bad because that means that the prophecy that claims that the people from Fontaine, yeah, that the seawater level will rise up from Fontaine, and that the people from Fontaine will suffer because of it. Because, as you know, in the last two acts, people from Fontaine can turn into water from the primordial sea water. You know what that means. The prophecy is is being fulfilled. Yeah, and now it is up to us, or will be up to us, to do something to stop it. However, after telling us this, and also telling us that the inmates have been working on so hard to get some materials to a ship in order to prevent the disaster from the prophecy that Fontaine will flood, we now have to decide whether we want to tell Lini, Lynette, and Fermine what we have discovered or not. So we have to make it. If we do, we have to specifically make it clear to District that they should keep it a secret for now, at least. Because if they do, you know what will happen. It will cause panic, chaos. Everything it will begin to shamble. Everyone will not take it lightly. And knowing Furina, I really don't know. Don't want to think what will happen. So let's see. I think that we will tell them. I don't know if that will be an option or not, but it will be up to us what to decide. So let's see.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
Maybe it could have been Grizzly and Cloran, maybe?
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Lini sounds a lot more like his old self. Are you feeling better now, Lini?
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Oh yeah, just a few, like the video before the last one. Yeah, Fermine almost drowned into seawater due to the primordial seawater because He swallowed some of it and he was not feeling good. If it not for Cloran, he would have passed away. And while Lynette was talking that because she was passed out or something, or sedated, I mean, was because Wesley took her to her office, or at least that's what he said, what he claims. But in the end, it seems that it was not the case because uh, Siegwind claimed that she was in another room and that she would bring her with us at Wesley's office after getting some medicine for Fermini. Lord knows what happened during that time, but ugh. At least we are all back. We are all together now, and everything's quote unquote back to normal. But not now. We have. Do we? I don't think we don't have a choice now, do we? To tell them everything.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the Primordial Sea Water? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost Primordial Sea is probably very close to the Fortress of Meropide.
Well, he nailed bullseye.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's Arlenny.
Secondly, Wriothesley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him.
I mean, that seemed like the more obvious reason. So, yeah, his theory makes sense and he nailed the point again.
What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Neuvillete. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
Yeah, Lenny's grasp of the big picture is amazing.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
After some deliberation, you share the information you just learned with Lenny. While sharing what you saw, you emphasize on not.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Wriothesley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The 2 of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you.
Well, that's good to know.
If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
Huh. Okay. I don't know how to feel about it, but sure.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Hey, don't mention it. We can work together again if necessary. Yeah. Paimon. Really? What was that?
Paimon's hungry.
Bro.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Sure thing. Alright, we'll go to the cafeteria.
I feel like I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
You're incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but aren't you just like that as well?
Ha. Well, that's family, alright. They do look like a family. I mean, I guess that's a matter when you spend so much time with people. I mean, they have been like, oh god, what happened there? Oh, Nova.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Oh, Siegewin.
Are
Hi.
you here for dinner too, Miss Siegewin? Mm-hmm. And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well. Huh. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
Huh. Can we choose? Really?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Alright, then I'll have the tastiest stuff you can offer. You have to offer. The biggest? No, we haven't had a tasty good thing here after a long time. So I'll have the tastiest stuff you have to order.
Me too! Don't forget Paimon! No problem. Just leave it to me.
After a while, the meal Sichuan ordered for you arrive. Unlike days, what? Sichuan also bring some drinks? Oh no!
So delicious.
I read that. I couldn't read that entirely, or at least in like out loud, but I read that the drinks were not good at all. Ah, amazing.
Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day. Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Yes, it was exquisite. Thank you. Besides the meal, I mean, everything was super delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment. Sijuin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Clorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Neuvillete would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Huh. Really? But that doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Neuvillete outside of his office.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Alright then. Do we have something else to talk? Return to the dorms to rest. Ah, can we talk to Clorand actually?
Clorand!
Ah, it's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sigewin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremine too! You sure work super fast!
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sigewin and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sigewin was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here.
Wow. It seems that, well, besides the... What you might call it? Yeah, besides what they were entangled with from the first place, which was Clorand getting... I don't know if I can say it, but... You know. Yeah, Clorand being the cause of death of Navia's father. It seems that they already have some history. Even Clorand seems too fond about that past of hers. Even she cleared out her throat and moved on from the topic immediately. I don't know. I am wondering. This gets some senses into me. This. I will ask you to let me know what you think on. Now that you've heard of this, what do you think on Navia's and Clorand's relationship after hearing this little bit of information that she shared with us? Alright, so yeah, so moving on. Just wanted to clear that out. But the fact that she mentioned, well, we mentioned Navia, but the fact that she mentioned again the past, and then she seemed like she was getting nostalgic. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, let me know what you think. What happened before? How was Clorand's and also Navia's relationship before Navia's father decided to take the duel against her? Alright, so moving on. It was all thanks to Neuvillete. This is technically worked for us too. Well, you could say that.
Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
Yeah, don't worry. We know what we're doing. Oh, and she disappeared. Okay, so that was our only time to talk to her, which I think it was good because, of course, she would want to get some rest, and obviously the devs wouldn't want us to talk to her again. Yeah, I see, I see. Okay, so it seems that things will get down. We get down bad from now on. Oh, I wonder why it didn't set that as an optional request. Not to bring another game, but in that game, you have the optional like, and it is optional to like talk to other like characters that you know, even an NPC at the end of the. Well, yeah, at the end of such story, you were able to. But whatever, we are here now, and now it's time to take some rest.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed.
Yeah, I know.
Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Bro, yeah, I'm also getting there. And she's out like a lot. Wow, she really immediately fell asleep.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
Good night.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Oh no.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
What is that sound? Paimon, wake up! We need to get out of here and see what's going on. It's the Primordial Sea Water. It's leaking to the... Yeah, the Primordial Sea Water must be leaking to the Fortress of Meropide. It must be.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye!
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
You said his guys said to evacuate outwards?
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Then that means whatever happened must have happened down below. Oh no. Isn't that the gate at the very bottom?
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
It doesn't matter, you get out of here!
Go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Hey, we will, don't worry, we're always careful, don't worry.
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Oh no. Yep, it's the Primordial Sea Water. It must be entering the facility. Or prison, if you will. Oh, no, 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 this is not good. And even Clarence said it. Even she said it that we should, like, prepare her for hardship or for what's about to come. She already knew that the primordial seawater was about to. Oh, oh no. Go to the Forbidden Zone. Activate!
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillete. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Oh boy, was that a cool cutscene. My goodness. But then what? Now we have to find Neuvillete. Will he be able to... No.
Neuvillete? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately.
Okay.
Furina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Furina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Okay, you can explain everything else to me later.
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
So now we have gotten to the very important stuff right now. But what? Why? I guess it doesn't matter. We have to rush there and see her for ourselves. Oh, finally the traveler and the knave are meeting. Run, come on! But then, oh no.
Look! There are a ton of Fatili and Palais Mermonia people over there! The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry!
Well, stop talking and go!
Are you two the Traveler and Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillete has left instructions. Please follow me.
Alright then.
Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Furina to the best of your abilities.
Yes, do not worry, I will do my best. Alright, we're entering the place. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is exciting, guys. Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. here we are.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Furina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
Well, the pleasure is all mine, Nate. And yeah, as you know me, I am the traveler, or yeah. So this is the Knave, the head of the House of the Heart. And the Lini siblings' father. Why do you mean the Lini siblings? She certainly does not seem easy to deal with. It's a pleasure to meet you two.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Furina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Furina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
She seems friendly enough, but does she not sound like... It makes you put you on the defense. It seems like she will do something to then attack. I don't know. But that can be all there is to her. The Knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious around her. I know, right? She sounds friendly, but her voice, she doesn't have like a deep voice, but her deep voice does sound like you should be careful around her anytime. That's one of the things I like about her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's pretty good. It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Furina and I.
Wait, what? Child? She had no reason to have said something like that. How?
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Yeah, I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Bro. Furina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the Knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Furina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Neuvillete right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillete.
What is that supposed to mean? I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts, actually.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meropide.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
Bro, Paimon, no! Paimon's statement just left us wide open! Bro!
The Fortress of Meropide lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. Paimon, come on, man. Alright. We worked so hard, but we haven't found anything very likely to Child. We know, well, Grassley said that he should be fine. But we really don't know where he could be. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
That is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House. Is it something like that?
Wait. Oh no. She's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but I can at least try to distract her from Furina. That sounds good to me, yes.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded. Huh?
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
No.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Furina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
She knows.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Yes, but with that hold, oh my goodness, but then what? What's going to happen next?
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess, we're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
We're struggling! Ugh. Now we're going back, and it's not even safe. It's safe for now, but it means it will come back.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Furina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures!
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
This is bad. Furina is not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the Knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on a front. Or actually, this is good. I don't know if this is good or bad, but the tension, bro.
Then I ask you, Miss Furina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Oof. So it was all a lie. Or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now, but now she's deflated like a pumped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Bro, you don't even know what that means?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
How can that be confidential? It should be something that you should tell to other people to evacuate the place. Furina, my god, I didn't thought I hate you even more.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Furina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Furina.
Wait, what? Oh my god. Furina, you can't be serious, bro. You can't be serious. I mean, what could I expect from your from your character from the very beginning? But this is not right. At first I thought that you would have at least something, but you're not even using the old Mac to your own benefit, or preparing for something. This is unbelievable. So what the name is saying is true. What Arlecchino is saying is true, that she has not done anything and she just likes to act and brag. My god! This is the most useless Archon I've ever seen. And we know Venti.
I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillete is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Furina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Furina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Neuvillette's task was. But if I had to guess, he probably went down there to deal with the surging primordial sea water. But can he really deal with it all by himself? He did, but it won't last long. But she doesn't know that, so yeah. Let's pretend that we have doubt. And is Furina being truthful or not? Yeah, bro, what are you doing with your life?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Yeah, how kind, bro. The neighbor proceeds to change topic and bring number of less significant matters. Well, what can I do?
Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Furina's table, and I was merely catering to Miss Furina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Sure. Why not?
Paimon's coming too!
Why, Paimon? You should have looked out for Furina. Okay, follow the... Are we really calling her the knave or Arlecchino too?
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
Okay. Then be my guess. But what will happen now? I mean, I know that we are going to discuss about his fellow. Oh, so that's what that is. Oh, I didn't know. Why isn't Arlecchino here with us? Just wondering why. Because she's not here. She took her leave, but why? Why did she took her leave first? Are we supposed to talk about Child and everything else, or that? But yeah, it looks dark. Look at that. Or is it the upper house that it's that way? I don't know. But we are here.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Wow, so cold towards Child.
That's what Paimon thought.
Alright. So, what do you want? What do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
Huh. I didn't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Is that so? Was there nothing else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the Fortress of Meropide. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
She sucks! Oh yeah, just stay silent. Oh.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meropide.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillete is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillete hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meropide. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillete. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Furina and Iudex Neuvillete. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meropide will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Well, we pretty much know that, and I thought it was going to be like a cutscene, but I guess it was all part of the past. Although it would have been sick to see Arlecchino in that dress like that in an actual cutscene. Yeah, actually, yeah, I do say that her 2D model is great, better than the 3D.
You should know the rest. Linny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Furina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Yeah.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Furina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillete must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Ah, so how did you come with that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillete or Furina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
I agree.
Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Whoa. So she doesn't work when it's best for her. But I'll be glad to. Neuvillete?
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Well, goodbye.
Neuvillete, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Furina.
May we ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate.
Okay, as for what happened on our side, you recount the happenings of the tea party to Neuvillete.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Furina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea? Does this mean that you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Furina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
I see. What did you sense in the Fortress of Meropide? Did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Wait. The clear sky suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier, light rain soon growing to a downpour. And just moments before, Neuvillete has just mentioned his sense of grief. Thinking back to that legend and what Perminet said, it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. Wait a minute. Neuvillete, you can't be!
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Furina?
Neuvillete, are you listening?
Ah, my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the Primordial Sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Teyvat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meropide? Paimon is a little worried.
Sure. See you later, Neuvillete.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Okay, so we are done with that. Oh. But we're still not done with the quest? Oh my god. Jeez. How long is this quest? Alright, so we're going to stop this video right here, right now. My god, oh finally. Watching Arlecchino at her full potential as a speaker with that deep voice of hers, how she talks, everything was so cool. Again, at first I didn't like her design in 3D model. She looks really good in 2D model. Although watch, I guess it was the lighting and other things related to it. But I can see a better picture of her. So yeah, oh my god. It was such a... For me at least, I felt great seeing Arlecchino in-game again. And finally having the Traveler and her having an interaction. I really liked it. And her coding Furina, also great addition to it. Yeah, as you can see, I don't like Furina, so yeah, that's that. Alright, so yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that everyone enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and comment down below. What was it? I can't remember. Well, let me know in the comment section below if you like Arlecchino's this our interaction with Arlecchino. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I must say I really enjoyed it. And yeah, so please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss on anything that I will be uploading about this game or other games that I will be playing. Again guys, thank you so much for watching. I will say it again. Arlecchino was great, finally. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.